Prajakta, how are you? Chandrasekhar. Prajakta, you're from which city? If you can just tell me in the chat which city you belong to. What about Chandrasekhar? From which city? Sandeep. May I request you to kindly put it in the chat, the city you belong to? Hello? Prajakta?
Shruti, Sandeep here. So I am from Mumbai.
Okay, you're from Mumbai.
Yeah.
I am Ashmita. You can very much see me. Shruti is also there. She's very much with us.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Gujarat, good morning. What is it time there?
It's 9:30.
Okay, okay.
Hello, Chandrasekhar here from Bangalore.
Hi, Chandrasekhar.
Hello.
We can't hear Prajakta. It's 8:03. We will wait for 2 more minutes and we start. Hi, Prajakta.
I've sent you a message. Please read it.
I think I'm not in because I'm on full screen, so I will be
Hi,
just.
Prajakta. I think you messaged me, so yes, I read it.
Shall we start?
Prajakta, it's okay. You can just be an observer if that is comfortable for you.
Shruti, do we start?
Yes, we can start.
We can start and we can then have other people joining us.
Sure.
So I welcome everybody. Good evening to you all. And it is so wonderful to see all of you on a Wednesday. I mean, it is amazing that you removed time from your busy schedule. So tell me, all of you who all are there right now, how is your energy? I mean, when is your energy level the maximum? Tell me. Is it in the morning or is it in the evening? Most of us who are stressed, who are in this corporate life, we are mostly drained out in the night. So just tell me, how is your energy? Is it highest in the morning or it is highest in the evening? Post 10:30 when you are with your family, you are relaxing, which is a time when you are most charged up. So this is like, our life is like this battery, you know, we are 100% in the morning, then we come to 75%, 50%, 25%. And this is the only aim of mindful living, that, you know, we get this amazing speaker. And our intention is to, you know, help you with so many things, you know, to come out of this stressful life, you know, having issues with your sleep, you know, having peaceful mental health and all that, you know. So I would so our session is specially designed today, which is by Shruti Maheshwari. She is a happiness coach, a designer, a yogi. There are so many things I need to really tell you about her. So basically, Shruti is a happiness coach and she's a mind-body trainer. She's from Yoga Institute, which is a 100-year-old institute. And she started this venture during COVID, you know, especially looking at the stress level and the sleep pattern of people. She's also a mind-body medicine expert from Harvard University. Earlier, she was into fashion designing and also event industry. And now she's taken a diversion to the yoga and the mind-body happiness coach. I mean, she's all into one. Such a lovely, she's a great friend. And it is our privilege to have Shruti as our speaker.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for your generous words, Ashmita. Thank you for introducing me.
Okay. So these are the few corporates we have worked with. Mindful Living has been working since last 4 years with major corporates and all. But we also do these sessions for the community which you are part of. And I'm very, very happy that you all are part of this group. So you can just go through the corporate slides and all. So I don't want to go into deep into it. I just want to straight start the session with Shruti. So I would request everyone to set your intention for the sessions today. So what are your expectations? What is your intention? If you can just write it in the chat for me to understand. I'm requesting each one of you if you can put your intention into the chat. What are your expectations from this session? May I have a message from people? Okay, then. Okay, strengthening lungs. Amazing, Radhika. We have Prajakta who writes, learn to breathe consciously to sleep better. Amazing. We are going to address all these things today. A few more chats if you can have. Or you may just unmute and speak. We are okay with that.
Get more energy also.
Okay, having a thank you. And we also have Nikita who's written, have a stress-free life. Anything else? Shruti, I am hoping you are listening to all of these.
Yes, yes. We'll
Because,
also have a question answer round in the end.
so we will take the questions in the
Yes.
end.
Yes, yes.
Great. So I'm requesting everyone, this is not a podcast and all, so please keep a notepad with you, a pen, a glass of bottle, so that while you are doing the exercise with Shruti, you are more energetic and you are not, you are not hydrated. You are hydrated while you are doing the session with her. So I would request Shruti, if you can take over from here.
Sure.
I would like to invite you.
Thank
So
you.
I'm just I'm sharing, stopping my screen right now so that you can take it on from here. Thank you, Shruti.
Thank you, Ashmita. Thanks for introducing me. Hello, friends.
Shruti, I have a question. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
I've just had my dinner, so.
It's all right. For today's session, it's perfectly fine.
All right, thank you.
Yes. So hello, friends. I bring forward my knowledge combined with my own self journey of life experiences and transformation to empower you and help you to live a life of peace, fun, and fulfillment. Are you all ready? Give me a thumbs up. Switch on your videos if you can. It'll be nice to see all the lovely faces. Great.
Yes.
Great. So let's begin. I'll quickly share my screen, and without talking much, let's just begin the presentation. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can.
All right. All right. Please feel free to participate. Let this be an interactive session. You can always unmute yourselves and share anything that you feel like. So the session is called Breathwork to Breakthrough. Let me first ask you this question. What do you understand with this word breakthrough? What is breakthrough in your opinion?
To change course.
Correct. Absolutely right. To have an important discovery about yourself, have some important development, right? That is breakthrough if we have to describe in one sentence. So having an important discovery or development. Harness, what is harness? Harness is to tap in the energy to have a particular outcome. So here we're talking about harnessing our own superpower that lies within us. It is not in the external world, it is within us. So the motto of this session is to tell you, to encourage you and to invite you to harness your own inbuilt infinite superpower that is already within you. let's have a small glimpse of our life today. So it's a mix of good and bad. Okay, everything has a flip side. A coin has two sides. So is our life, good and bad. So the upper part of the slide is all good things you might relate to that you already have. All the materialistic happiness, all the luxuries of life, all the things you can shop, all the things you can buy and indulge in, the luxury homes, entertainment, parties, treats at the cafes, enjoying that coffee with the dessert, amazing vacations, buying jewelry as investment. Uh, Everything is there. On the other side, the flip side is the lower part of the slide where we have work stress. We are dependent on some medicines for our, managing our lifestyle diseases. There are relationship issues. There could be sleepless nights while everything else is going out very well for us. Still, some of us are not able to fall asleep quickly. Even if we do sleep, it's not a very restful sleep, or we wake up multiple times during the night. Then when we wake up, we are not so fresh and energetic, and we need a caffeine kick to begin our day. Some of us are definitely coffee lovers out here. Then we also depend on social media. So much time invested on daily basis on social media. The kind of validation we seek there, looking for likes, comments. Some of us also are just entangled these psychosomatic diseases. Psychosomatic means something which is related to mind. And as per the research done by the scientists and health practitioners all over the globe, 95% of the diseases that we have today are because of our mind. And hence they are called psychosomatic diseases like thyroid, diabetes 2, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, even cancer. So due to the inflammation that happens in the body, these diseases happen. So can you just have a glimpse while everything is going great? There are also things that are not going so great. And we are always wondering, what is it that is missing in life? Why can't we be just happy forever? What are you missing? Can you just do a small self-introspection right now? For a moment, look within and just ask yourself these questions. What are you missing that is not making you feel so great every day? Are you missing energetic mornings, quality deep sleep, immunity? We have heard a lot and understood the importance of immunity during recent COVID times. Some of you wrote respiratory in the chat box. You're looking at strengthening your lung to breathe better. Metabolism and digestion is also a big issue because we kind of eat a lot of junk food. The movement is less, there is stress, everything gets combined to hamper our metabolism and digestion. Dealing with psychosomatic diseases, we already discussed, stress and anxiety. It's good to have stress. So there is good stress and bad stress. Good stress is called eustress and bad stress is called distress. So we have to see where do we fall. Good stress is good to happen, to have good outcomes. For example, if kids don't have exams, how would they learn? If we don't have challenges and deadlines, how are we going to, progress? How are we going to perform and progress? So some sort of stress is great, but you have to see if your good stress is getting converted to distress. That is where the problem lies, and we have to correct it. Freedom. How many of you really want freedom from all the caged negative emotions like self-doubt, comparing yourselves with others, depression, feeling low, mood swings, getting freedom from all these negative emotions, and also having freedom to fly, to do anything, to believe that everything is possible. Self-love. We use this word so often these days on social media, but actually how many of us really practice self-love without feeling guilty? Really give ourselves the priority that we deserve. Healthy relationships, be it with your spouse, your children, your boss. Happiness for no reason. Sometimes don't you feel that you don't need a reason to be happy, and it should just be some flutter of joy that just happens in your heart? We all have had that feeling some point in our life. Can you just relate to that feeling? What if that feeling stays with you all the time, even during stressful situations? So then you can be a better manager of your own stress. If you're just at peace and you're just happy overall, you think you'll be a better manager to deal with life's ups and downs. Spiritual connectivity. What is spirituality? That means to you? We are all community members of this amazing mindful living. So somewhere we all have the same mindset. We all have passion for self-love, self-care. We all believe in the power of scientific knowledge, spirituality, which is backed up by scientific knowledge, but we all are spiritual beings. So what is your level of spirituality? What is it that you want to do in this area of your life? Transcendence, such a beautiful word. Any one of you who would like to tell me what transcendence is to you, what it means for you? What is transcendence? Transcendence is something beyond your physical level, something bigger than life, something which you normally do not experience on day-to-day life. A bigger picture. Don't we all miss that? So sometimes we just feel we are missing a purpose in life. There is something that is missing. We have everything, but still what is it that is missing? What is that thing that fill in the blank? So maybe there is a feeling of transcendence that is missing. It needs no reason. It just, you feel elated. That is the feeling. And breakthrough, we already discussed, some new discovery, some new development waiting to happen for you. I think that should be the intention for beginning this session, that let's experience some sort of breakthrough. And for each one of us, this breakthrough is going to be different. But breakthrough means some new discovery about your life, about what you need, about your own self. So the answer lies in your breath. We are looking for very complex and complicated solutions to our problems, reading so many motivational self-help books, listening to so many motivational talks on YouTube, running after all the coaches, doing a lot of workshops, which is great. But what is the takeaway from each workshop? Do we really apply that? Do we really take action? So we are looking at a lot of complicated solution to our problems, but the answer lies in the breath. I myself do a lot of studies, a lot of things which are great, but let's just do one thing at a time. For today, can we just pay attention to our breath? Once this is sorted, once we are in tune with the reason of our existence, we are in tune of this essence of life, this prana that is there inside us, all other things will become easy. You will be happier to learn new things, and you will be geared up to actually take actions on all those learnings that you are gaining from everywhere. So let's retune our breath. So when we talk about breath, there is this word breath work and pranayama that come in our minds. What is breath work? So breath work is a very trendy word today, and it is called new yoga globally. It came into limelight into COVID times, and we see all the international celebrities, all the people worldwide doing breath work. But breath work is not new. It has been practiced over years and years, and it has its base on yogic concepts of ancient Asian practices, not just India, Japan, China. So all these Asian countries have been practicing breath work for decades and years and thousands of years back. So we can say that breath work is a new age term for breathing techniques. The techniques are different than pranayama, but it has its foundation that was built on the principles of pranayama. So we can say that not all breath work can be pranayama, but yes, all the pranayama is breath work, all interrelated. Now, quickly going ahead, just to give you a little scientific, logical explanation what happens with breath. So we've done a little bit of spiritual aspect of it. Now let's come to the scientific side of it. Mind body is one unit. It is not two separate things. Whatever happens in mind trickles down in the body. So we are already whole and complete. And so when we relax and calm down our mind, body gets a signal that everything is okay. You must have noticed that whenever you are going to do a presentation, or there is something which you're not very confident about, you know you're great, but then there is this nervousness that sets in. Your breathing pattern changes. You start breathing heavy and faster, leading to, you know, a vicious cycle of feeling more psyched about. So what happens? What happens? Because you're thinking, you're creating a visual of yourself feeling nervous, not doing so well, and suddenly body is tensed. Body is tensed. It goes into a flight fight mode. The heartbeat changes, the breathing pattern changes. There is sweat, there is trembling for some people. So here we can just see how mind and body is so beautifully connected. And there is this entire human nervous system that is divided into two parts, central nervous system and peripheral. So central is brain and spinal cord, and peripheral are all the nerves that spread out from the spinal cord into various parts of the body. Motor and sensory. Motor is divided into two, autonomic and somatic. So I'm just touching a little base, not going in depth. We just need to have a little glimpse that what actually is happening in our mind and body. Autonomic, as the word says, automatic. This is the involuntary. So we cannot control it. These are the smooth organs of the body, the smooth muscles. So the respiratory system, the circulatory system, the digestive system, we can't control it, right? Somatic is something which we can, like our movement, our muscle skeletal movement, where we can control it. Okay, that is somatic. Now, autonomic is very interesting. This is again divided into two parts, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is essential for our survival. This is the flight and fight mode that our body goes in when we are stressed. Now, for example, if there is a tiger in front of you, what will happen? You'll just run away, and you'll run so fast, you have never run so fast ever in your life. What happens? And we later on imagine sometimes, in such a situation, that what happened? How come we gained such extra power to survive? So what happens? In this example, the body gives all the blood flow to the limbs, so that limbs get power, the legs get power, and we can run fast. Magic happens, and we just run so fast like never before. So what happens? Body stops all the blood flow or reduces the blood flow from the digestive system, other parts of the body which are that time not required for survival. So body just, gives this flow to the limbs. So that is sympathetic nervous system that gets very activated during a stressful situation. Now imagine if we are in this kind of a situation 24/7, as if there is a tiger in front of us. Aren't we? 24/7, little panicked, fully stressed, working on deadlines, taking care of home, taking care of our work, taking care of our parents, children. So many things are dependent on us right from the moment we wake up to the moment we go in bed. So many things. And there are so many other multiple concerns related to our own fitness, related to our own goals of life, that we are always in this flight and fight mode, always stressed. So what happens? Body doesn't know if the reason for your stress is the tiger standing in front of you, or is it because of your other stressful circumstances. So body will shut the flow or reduce the flow in the digestion part of the body and circulate it in other areas. For example, your brain, other areas that need that blood more to survive. So what happens? Our digestion goes haywire. Don't you remember your board exams? I remember mine when, had board exams. There was some digestion issue that used to happen every morning before the exam. Why? For the same reason. So that is sympathetic, though it's needed for survival, but it need not be all the time activated 24/7. It needs to rest and relax. Parasympathetic is called digest and rest mode. This is the ideal situation we want to be throughout the day, no matter what, so that our digestion and rest mode is always activated. We are always feeling calm, nice, composed, and there is always a feeling of well-being. And only activating a sympathetic nervous system when it's really needed. What happens when we breathe consciously in a particular way? We activate our parasympathetic nervous system. Not going deep, you can just, this is just a glimpse to show you what exactly happens. This is already what we have discussed, but just a nice diagram to depict what happens in sympathetic nervous system. For example, if you see the first thing, pupil dilates the pupil. So it's like, more light going in the pupil so that you can see things clearly because you have to survive. Parasympathetic is opposite. The heart increases there. On the right side, you would see the heart slows down, which is needed for good sleep. Just an example, before sleeping, you don't want palpitation. Some of us cannot sleep just because of this one small reason, that we just cannot let our heart relax. We can feel the palpitation due to anxiety of sleep. What if I don't sleep? What will happen tomorrow? Things like that. It's a vicious cycle for people who are struggling with sleep. So a heart needs to slow down. There has to be a cooling environment in the room, cooling environment even within our bodies to fall into sleep. So just have a glimpse, look at the liver, what happens in sympathetic, the glucose level shoots up. So then again, sugar problems. On the right side, it's all relaxed, balanced. The limbic system. Now there is this part in the brain that is responsible for hunger, memory, emotional response, arousal, reproduction, all the things that are needed for our survival. It is the epicenter of behavioral and emotional expression. So with mindful breathing, along with other things like music, prayer, exercise, we calm down the limbic system. And breathing plays a very important role in this aspect. Neuroplasticity, such a beautiful concept. I'm just touching little glimpse on every topic for you to just understand that how everything is related scientifically. If you like to read on some particular topic, please go on Google and type or pick up a book related to it. Such beautiful concept. This is neuroplasticity. This is like an umbrella term which is used for the mind's ability to modify, adapt its own structure and function throughout our lives in response to the experiences that we have. So mind can create new brain pathways throughout the life, every time, even at this moment. As we learn new things, we acquire new skills, we kind of develop new habits. So the brain pathways change. This is called rewiring and retuning of brain. And when this happens, I don't need to tell you what can happen. You can yourself imagine what happens if there's complete retuning and rewiring of your brain. There are new pathways that occur. What happens then? Your thoughts change, your feelings change, your actions change. Everything changes, right? And breath work plays a very important role in creating these new brain pathways. Vagus nerve, it's a very important nerve that runs from our brain to our lower abdomen, and it is very important vein that branches out and connects to various important organs. I mean, all the organs are important, but if you could just see the diagram, the main circulatory, the cardiac, the digestion, everything is related with this vagus nerve. And this nerve can be stimulated and activated with the change of your breathing patterns. There are scientific evidences that prove that breath work is so important and widely accepted globally. A Harvard study was done on pranayama and sympathetic deactivation on breath work. Not going into detail, I'm just showing you a glimpse of some of the studies. On the right side, you can see a Forbes article which says the science of breathing stands on quite ancient foundations. Centuries of wisdom instructs us to pay close attention to our breathing, the most basic of things that we do. Breathwork is a global popular concept. There are a lot of journals, magazines that are now getting published all over the world on breathwork. The Extreme Right book, Yolanda Barker, written by Yolanda Barker, she is a very famous short film producer, and she herself went through chronic anxiety, and she claims that she could heal herself just with breathing, with the right kind of breathing techniques that she learned and practiced. And then she came up with this beautiful book for everyone. Breathwork has gone mainstream during COVID times. Vogue says that breathing correctly can help you build immunity and get better skin. It says breathwork has gone mainstream, right from Justin Bieber to various people like Wim Hof. They all are ambassadors of breathwork practice. On the right side, you can see breathwork is called new yoga. Breathwork has been around for thousands of years. See, We are the people, Indians only, who brought it, and that's the contribution to the world that we have made. They're saying that breath work is finally going mainstream, and thank goodness, because it is truly a game changer. There are brands now that are spreading awareness. So there's a cute Barbie doll that was launched recently and emphasizing on the importance of self-care with yoga, meditation, and more. And on the right side, you can see this famous toy that is called Yoga Joes. And in London, this toy was launched basically for celebration of the life of soldiers. So they say, we are going to replace the little platforms with the green yoga mats. And soldiers have these qualities: discipline, focus, desire to bring peace where there is pain. And they say this all happens with yoga, and definitely breath work is very important part of yoga. Life force energy, which is breath, is an ancient science. It has been talked about even in Harper's Bazaar magazine. See, it says breath work is hardly new. And if you could just read the first paragraph, it's really interesting. It says spiritual traditions and Eastern practices. It's a component of yoga. Right? On the right side, you can see Adi Yogi. Who is Adi Yogi? He's Lord Shiva himself. And it said he's the one who started this practice. He's the first yogi of the world. And then there was this Maharishi Patanjali who compiled all the yoga sutras. So yoga is not the asana that we do on the mat. That is just 2% of the yoga. There is a concept, there is a Bible on yoga written so many thousands of years back by Maharishi Patanjali. And he says there are 196 important things that, so he's written 196 statements in Yoga Sutras. And he says, if you are able to follow these 196 things in life, you are set. This is a Bible for mankind, how to live your life. It's a Bible on lifestyle coaching, I would say. You don't need any more lifestyle coaching if you can follow some sutras that are written in Yoga Sutras. And asanas, the exercise that we do on the mat, are just 3 sutras. And there are 5 to 8 sutras he's given on just breath, that how important breath is. And he says you're only eligible to even exercise once your breath is tuned. It is proper the way it should be. Here, I'll just stop sharing for some time because I thought let's experience a small exercise. How many of you would like to experience something? Because I've been talking a lot, you've been listening a lot. Would you like to just practice something and have some takeaway from this session today? What kind of takeaway would you like to have? Would you like to learn how to breathe correctly? I think that should be a great thing to do. On daily basis, how should we breathe? Forget all the techniques that we can do later on, but how to breathe, right? So tell me, how are you breathing right now? And if possible, for those of you, it's possible to switch on videos, it will be nice because then I can see your practice. Please do not care about your lighting and where you're sitting. Just let's be, let's just share and let's make it so experiential and interactive for us.
I would request everyone to,
It'll
just
be
start
great.
a camera.
Yes.
It'll be a great thing.
Yes. So just observe your breath right now, everyone. I just want you to just have few seconds and just bring your focus on your breath and see how shallow or how deep it is. How many of you are breathing shallow? Just raise your hands or give me a thumbs up. How many of you think you are breathing shallow right now? Maybe just till throat.
Can you give us one example? Like shallow breathing is something, if I'm breathing very fast.
Yeah, very fast. It's just, so when you realize you're just breathing till your maybe throat, you can just feel your breath till here.
Okay. Yes. Got
Quick
it.
and fast like this. So when you're working, you're eating, watching Netflix, doing it, so many things, right? Just notice how your breath is. Yeah. You don't even feel it going till your lungs. Right? How do infants breathe? How many of you have noticed an infant breathing? How does an infant breathe?
Stomach goes up and down.
Yes.
That's the right way to breathe.
Yes. So that's why they say infants are naturally born yogis. Then what happens to us as we grow up? we just forget that simple thing, because we are just surrounded with so much of external stimulus, that our thoughts, our emotions, our experiences start changing. And with that, the breath pattern also starts changing. And sadly, nobody teaches us this in school. But in gurukuls and old age style schools, what I read that, kids were taught how to breathe even at the age of 5 years or 6 years or 8 years, because that is the time when they need a little bit of retuning of breath. But we as adults, we were never taught how to breathe. And today, when I read and research, I'm amazed to see and, the kind of data that is available on breathwork, as simple as how to breathe, which we have forgotten. So let's just learn to breathe perfectly from today onwards. Let's do that. So I would invite all of you to take a comfortable seat. You may sit on your chair, on the bed, on the sofa, take a cushion, any support if you need, just feel comfortable. Just make sure your spine is straight in line with your head and your chin is parallel to the floor. Now I would like you to keep your right hand on your navel and effortlessly breathe the way you do normally. Inhale and exhale. And as you breathe, just bring your focus on your stomach, only in this area of your body. And make sure that when you're inhaling, your stomach is going out like a balloon. And when you exhale, your navel is touching the spine. That is the very subtle action that you have to do without any extra effort or any jerk. Soft movement of stomach going out and stomach going in. Normal rhythmic breath. If you want, you may close your eyes and bring your focus on your stomach. Feel the movement of your hand going out and going in as you exhale and as you inhale. Absolutely effortless breathing, just the way you do. Here we are not doing any deep breathing. It's just a normal breathing. But keeping the focus on the abdomen. This is the diaphragm muscle breathing, in which our diaphragm is a muscle just below our rib cage, is also moving up and down. Few more moments. Keep your focus on the stomach. Now you may open your eyes. And now I want you to make your hands like this and place them just under the rib cage like this. So your thumb is behind and your 4 fingers are in front, holding the base of the rib cage. And now, as you will breathe in and breathe out, you will focus in this part of the body, which is your rib cage. And you will just feel the movement of your hands. As you breathe in, your chest expands a little and your fingers also move out. And when you exhale, there is a little contraction that happens and you go in. So the placement of hands is just to feel this movement closely. Inhale, expand your chest, and exhale, contract. You may close your eyes once again and bring your focus on your chest now, feeling the expansion and the contraction. No focus on the abdomen now, complete focus on your chest area. Few more moments here. There is a subtle movement of expansion and contraction. Normal inhale, exhale. All right, you may open your eyes now, and I want you to again make the same style of the hands, and this time place it on your collarbone like this. This muscle is called clavicular. So this one is called intercostal that we just did. The chest expansion contraction is the intercostal muscle. This one is called clavicular muscle, which holds the collarbones and runs across our shoulder. It's a very long muscle, and usually we don't realize that this also plays an important role as we breathe. We know the chest is involved, we know the abdomen is involved, but we don't know that even this clavicular muscle plays such an important role. So now let's just bring our focus on the collarbone and breathe normally. Now, no focus on your abdomen, no focus on your chest, total focus on your collarbone. You will also move your shoulders a little as you breathe in, and it gets expanded, and as you breathe out, it contracts a little, goes within. There's a small action that we are doing intentionally right now to understand how this muscle works. Some of you might not even feel any movement of this muscle because it's a very subtle movement. But just keep your focus here, paying attention to this muscle. Few more moments here. Inhale and exhale like you do normally without any extra effort. Now open your eyes and bring your hands down. Now I want you to do all the 3 steps together. This is called equal breathing. This is how a child breathes, using all the 3 muscles: diaphragm, intercostal, and clavicular. We don't have to remember the names. Just remember we have to use these 3 muscles now. No extra deep breathing, no extra effort, just the way you breathe usually, same way, but now you're going to involve all the 3 muscles together. So first, you will bring your focus on your stomach. Inhale, bloat your stomach, take the breath up on the chest, bring your focus on the chest, go up. For clavicular, we will focus on the throat area. So focus on the throat, fill it up, fill the nostril. And then when you exhale, you first empty your throat, then bring your focus to your chest, empty it, contract it, it goes in a little, then the stomach, and the stomach goes absolutely in. Very soft movement. So filling in from stomach, chest and throat, exhaling, exhale from the throat, then the chest, and then the stomach. You may remember this with an example of earthen pot, ghada. What happens when we fill the earthen pot? First, the base gets filled, right? Then the center part, then the neck of the ghada, correct? When you empty the pot, what happens? First, the neck will get clear, then the center part, and then the base will get empty. Same way, if we are the earthen pot, we fill the base, then the center, then the neck, empty the neck first, then the chest, and then the abdomen. So shall we do this practice for a few moments and try to learn this new pattern of breathing now? So I invite you all to close your eyes if you want to. You may keep them open as you wish. Bringing your focus on that particular muscle as you are breathing in and breathing out. No jerky movement, very effortless, normal breathing, equal inhale and equal exhale. Try to keep it rhythmic, equal time taken to inhale and equal time taken to exhale as per your capacity. Let your mind also shift its focus between all the 3 muscles. Just check that your stomach is going out when you're inhaling and it's going in when you exhale in the end. Notice if your chest is expanding a little automatically, contracting as you exhale. Now try to give a small pause after each inhalation. So once you inhale, fill in your stomach, chest, throat. Give a few seconds, maybe just 1 second pause here. And then exhale, emptying your throat, chest, abdomen. Again, fill it in, inhale, pause and exhale. Do it for a few more moments. Few more moments. Your focus should be on your stomach, then your chest, then your throat, then pause. Then again, your focus on your throat, then your chest, then your stomach. Keep breathing in this new pattern. Once you're ready, you may open your eyes. And let me hear from you. Do you think there was some change in your breathing pattern right now? Any sharing? Anybody would like to share? How was
I
this?
didn't want to open my eyes at all, wanted to remain in that state. It was so
Yes.
tranquil.
Yes. It was so meditative, right? You can also practice this just before your meditation practice if you do. For 2-3 minutes, just do equal breathing. It will be very easy to have that transition. Now, your homework from today for yourself is, please write down, you have to do equal breathing at least for 5 to 10 minutes every day. Just 5-10 minutes. I'm not saying 24/7 because that is not practically possible.
What is the best time of the morning?
Anytime,
during the day?
Ideally, yes, if morning you're doing some sort of exercise or some meditation, it's great if you could take out time before that, because then you can focus well, your empty stomach, you can do it nicely. But anytime during the day, while talking on a phone, talking to your boss, talking to your colleague, watching TV, while watching movie, while playing with a kid, even while eating food, if you could just still focus on how you're breathing, even then, anytime, just 5-10 minutes, but you'll have to remember to do it. See, again, we know so many things, but we don't apply. We'll feel good right now, great, but then we won't do it. 5 minutes is what I'm asking you to do. Just 5 minutes. Consciously, you have to remember, today I've not done. Okay, it's evening, I'll do it now. Whenever you remember, even now, when we are talking, you're listening to me, you can still keep doing it. What happens with this regular practice? You create new neural brain pathways that we just discussed in neuroplasticity. There is retuning, there is a new skill acquired, new habit, right? So then what will happen? Just the way how it happens in the gym. We keep doing a practice and our gym trainer tells you that your muscle has a memory. It's learning new things, right? The same workout that looks so difficult becomes a warm-up later on, because now muscles are trained to do it easily.
Yeah.
And we don't need to really think so much. Cycling, swimming, driving, what happens? We have to really train ourselves, practice, and then one day we just do it effortlessly. Do you really think while driving or cycling that now, how do I have to pedal, how I have to do? You just do it because your muscles are now trained. Your brain is wired to do it. So same way, when you're doing this repetitively every day for 5-10 minutes, after 15 days, after 20 days, you will realize that this has become your new pattern of breathing automatically. It has become effortless. And you will realize actually entire day you started breathing like this, more or less like this, deeper, filling each and every cell of your body with oxygen. All the answers lie within us. Everything is within us. And trust me, when this happens, things start to change. It has happened for me. I am a very good example of chronic insomnia, people. When I was a teenager, when I was 22, talking about like 20 years back, okay, 20 years back, everything was going great in my life. I was getting awards everywhere. I was coming, doing very well in my academics. Everything was great. One night, I just couldn't sleep. One night, I was up till morning and I became so conscious and I had this anxiety of sleep that started happening. Every night, I would think, oh God, am I going to be up or am I going to sleep tonight? And this became such a cycle and led to anxiety and stress. And I couldn't solve it for 10 years. For 10 years, I did not know what to do with my sleep, whether a doctor could help, a sleeping tablet would help, what would help, because overall, I was a very happy-go-lucky person. I really did not find my answer. And then I started doing some things which were very nice, which were needed without realizing. And suddenly my sleep was in place. But now when I look back, and now when I am studying, I can relate everything. It was as simple as breathing deep, breathing well. It was as simple as tuning my inner body clock with sun, which we are going to talk more in depth in the coming sessions that we are going to do.
Shruti, I have a question.
Yes.
10 years back, there was no awareness, there was no social media. I think somewhere even that was the reason why now people are becoming more aware during the COVID times and all that,
Yes, yes. See, our ancestors, you see your dada, dadi, nana, nani, they did not have so many of issues. Even if they had, they were not similar ones.
Great.
Somewhere there was no technology, no social media, but maybe they were having a lot of movement. They were not sitting like us whole day at, working on our desks whole day. They were still having more sunlight. I think they were things that they were doing. How do I change this to gallery mode? I can't see everyone.
You have to go to view and do gallery.
I can't
Go
see
to view.
view. Can't see view.
It's on top right hand corner.
Yeah. Now it's come. Yes. So back then, even vitamin D problems were not there. Back then, the sleep issues were not so high. Maybe people didn't even talk about it so much the way we openly discuss it now. So there are a lot of things. Lives have changed. Lifestyle has changed. Environments have changed. Even the food culture has changed. Our eating habits, everything has changed. And it comes today, people are talking about stress all the time. Even, teenagers and school kids are talking about stress and insomnia and these negative, things. So what is it? Everything everything is very basic. I feel that the basics are the most powerful things and the easiest things to do. And we don't even do basics correctly. And circadian rhythm is actually called dincharya in yoga, but we call it circadian rhythm today in modern times. But what is it? It's the automatic wake and sleep cycle that we have. Wake, sleep cycle. It's our inner intelligence that is already there within us. Body clock. जब सुबह हुई है उठना है, जब रात होगी नींद आनी ही चाहिए automatically without effort. But we make so much of effort even in waking up and then feeling great, then feeling fresh, getting all, geared up for the day. We have to really make an effort even to do that. And to sleep also, we have to, tell ourselves, okay, it's time to sleep. I should sleep. For some people, it's very easy. But for those who are really having sleep issues, they think a lot about sleeping all the time. Even during the day, they would keep thinking about their sleep. Aaj raat ko neend aayegi ya nahi. So it's about your automatic body's inner intelligence, which is called circadian rhythm, and breath work, breathing plays a huge, huge role in this. We can set our inner body clock again with breathing, special breathing that what we do in morning, some breathing exercise we do before sleeping, and again, just 5 minutes each time. I'm not saying give 1 hour or 2 hours every day and you have to do all these techniques. It's not practically possible. 5 minutes we can definitely do. That much of homework we'll have to do every day. 5 minutes after waking up, 5 minutes before sleeping, and few other things that we will discuss. So in further sessions, we are not just going to just do breathing for 1 hour. We are going to talk about these small aspects. And I would love to share my passion for Yoga Sutras it is complete lifestyle coaching Bible. So maybe if you can touch base on some aspects from that you can relate with modern age lifestyle coaching as well. But everything is there. Everything is written there. And it's not just preaching. There is no preaching here. We will talk about handy tools and techniques. What are the things that are there? What are the things that we can apply during the day? Okay, these 1, 2, you'll make your own routine chart with the help of workbook that I'll be sharing. That workbook will already have a lot of things. All you have to do is just see and tick mark. Okay, these are the things I want to do. Tick, 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 done.
So just before the workshop, you are going to share this
Yes,
with everyone.
once we start the main workshop, that will start from this Saturday. I'll be
Yeah.
sharing workbook with everyone. It will be already designed, and I'm a graphic designer, so trust me, I'm going to make it really nice for everyone.
So
You don't have to open.
you'll help us share details on the workshop. So there are many of them who would like to do it.
Sure. So that workbook will be only for the participants who will be
Yeah.
there on the main session. So the idea is that will be like your companion, it's not like a gratitude journal. It'll be very simple, one pager, and you will only fill in what are the things you need to do. You've learned 10 things and you think, okay, these are the 3 things out of these 10 things I think will be good for me. You would know, right? What are the things that you're working on? These are the things you would do. Just 10 minutes every day. That's it. Why not? And if there is something that is bringing such a positive change, why not? There are no shortcuts or magic wands. You have to work on it. But yes, it's not like a 1 hour or 2 hour thing. And this I'm talking with my own experience. I'm not like age-old coach or somebody. I'm somebody who is very passionate about fitness. And for me, till now, till 2 years back, as a passionate fitness enthusiast, fitness meant going to gym and lifting weights, and that's it. And myself, when I, started realizing what people were going through in my family, in my circle and network, I realized that all these people are actually the fit people who go to gym and they have biceps and great bodies, but they're not healthy. They don't have this feeling of well-being. So it's the mind.
Mind.
So I was like, why are we not exercising the brain muscles? It's such a beautiful topic, because once you start exercising your brain muscles also, if you can give 1 hour every day to your gym, why can't you give 10 minutes to your brain training? Mix it with your physical training, 1 hour of physical training and 10 minutes of brain, because 95% of the problems are here.
I think COVID has made us realize that.
Absolutely. I think everyone has realized.
Yes.
It's just about taking those actions, and a lot of preaching has happened. Now, I think now it's a time to just act. Have that tools kit with you, that these are my tools and this is what I'm going to do every day. And then experience it for yourself. And then, as I say, there is a breakthrough. And for each one, breakthrough is going to be different experience. For me, it's different. For you, it could be totally different. And because we are going to spend 1 month together, which is a good time, that's why we are not keeping the sessions back to back 3 days that tell you everything and bye-bye. It's not happening. We are keeping it for 1 month plus 1 follow-up session, so that there's a hand holding for 1 month. That particular 1 week gap in between, you can experience, you can practice, and you can come back with your sharing, what you felt, what are the challenges you had. So that's how it's gonna be. I'll just quickly once again share this. Just talk a little bit about what we are going to do. So today what we did was equal breathing. I hope that was a good takeaway for all of you, and you would start breathing this way from today. The 3 sessions, the first one is called breath awareness. The second one is called going within. And the third one is called breakthrough. These are the elements. So I've not written all the things that I would be doing, but just the main takeaway. So the first one is more to do with Western scientific practices, what Harvard has taught me, what mind-body medicine has taught me. So those are the breathing techniques, and it is important to first know your breath. First, get introduced to your own breath, feel it flow in your body. Once you do that, only then you are ready for further practices. So conditioning itself. So I remember somebody asked me in the group or somewhere that how do we bring our focus? How do we improve our concentration? This conditioning that we are going to do in the beginning of each session is so powerful in itself that even if you do this on daily basis, you're sorted. This is so beautiful. We are going to do conditioning for 10 minutes before every session. I'm going to repeat it so that you understand how to do it on your own. Then we are going to do sectional. Yes, Ashmita.
Conditioning is like your warm up in normal
It's
language.
a brain warm up.
Okay.
It's a brain warm up, how you get ready for that particular activity that you're doing. It's absolutely a topic of mindfulness. How you come back in the present moment. You always say come back in the present moment, but how? Focusing on breath, okay, but then exactly how? So this conditioning is something so beautiful. You can even do it before starting your daily work. If you're just opening your laptop, you're beginning your presentations, your work for the day, you can just spend some time there with yourself, 5 minutes of conditioning. So your entire focus comes there and your productivity increases. So that's something very beautiful. So I thought, let's begin it with this conditioning. Then we are going to do sectional breath work. We are going to do spinal breath work, equal breath that we just did, some more practice into it, deeper, a little more advanced. Preparatory physical exercises. These are sitting exercises, but preparatory exercises to open up all the channels, to invite this new force of breath to, it's just like how you call in yoga or Ayurveda, you call nadis. It's just a concept. In English, we call it energy passages. So we just open the new passages to welcome the breath. So preparatory for that. And we are going to experience something which is a very beautiful technique called 3D breath. We'll actually feel the breath traveling from our nose to each part. And it's magical. If you like this equal breathing, you would love this 3D breath experience. The second one is going within. This part of the session would be based on ancient Indian wisdom. Here we are going to work a lot on circadian rhythm, setting our automatic sleep-wake cycle. We are going to do a sun breath work, which is related to energizing your day, which we can do as soon as we wake up in morning, just 5 minutes. And before sleeping, we are going to do moon breath work. That is to do with calming your body, lowering down your heart rate, palpitation, preparing your inner environment to sleep. Again, just 5 minutes before you sleep. You can do it on the bed itself before sleeping. Alom Vilom is a very traditional practice and some of us are already doing it. But why I wanted to repeat, because I've been doing Alom Vilom for 10 years now. And now I realize what is actually the correct way of Alom Vilom. I've been doing it all wrong in last 10 years because I've been doing it as more of my, power yoga sessions and all. But Patanjali has taught how to do this correctly 2200 years back, which most of us don't know. And there are 6 variations. You don't even need to close your nostril for an advanced Alom Vilom. You don't need to do alternate nostril breathing. You can just do it, it happen automatically. I wanted to do some part of pranayama here for those of you who are already doing it. Maybe this will enhance your current practice because most of us must be doing it already. We are doing Kapalbhati. We are doing Alom Vilom. Kapalbhati has nothing to do with stomach. And we are always, making our stomach work out in Kapalbhati, right? Kapalbhati has nothing to do with stomach. So there is a different way of doing these pranayamas, which have been taught already in our ancient Indian science. So I just wanted to touch base here. So to enhance your already ongoing pranayama practice. And the third part is breakthrough, where we are again going to talk a little bit on Yoga Sutras. We are going to talk about what kind of minds do we have. So it said we have 5 types of minds. So here you will be able to see where you fall into and how you can change your own mind. Okay, 5 layers of human existence. And we are going to do some advanced progressive body scan. But I have written Yoga Nidra in the bracket because my teachings are going to be a mix of spirituality and science, scientific studies that I've done. It's going to be a mix of what I've studied in Yoga Institute, and it's going to also cover some aspects of what I've learned from mind-body medicine doctors in Harvard University. So while it's called Advanced Progressive Scan in Western practices, it is called Yoga Nidra in our ancient spirituality. So it's going to be a mix of both. Probably you've already done this before, but trust me, this is again going to be a very different experience because we are going to do it in a very different way. We are going to do what was done 2200 years back. So just to sum it up, I am on a path to modernizing ancient Indian wisdom in a way that is meaningful, easily applicable, and result-oriented for each and every one of us. So I invite you, all of you, to join me. Let's find our better selves and let's become our version 2.0. That's all from my side. I would like to hand over to Ashmita now.
Thank you, Shruti. It is such a pleasure. So guys, before we I would like to share my screen. So just give me a moment. So the best investment you can make is in yourself. So I would request all the action takers, so it's a time to take a decision for yourself, invest in yourself, invest in the things like COVID has made us realize that mental health is so important. The breathing techniques, everything, I mean, it has so much of a weightage. So I would request everyone, action takers, if you can just type AT on the chat box, please. All the action takers, that today is the time, today is the day you will decide that you are going to take action for yourself and you're going to make investment in yourself. May I request people to put it in the chat? I'm not seeing anybody, taking any charge of something. Anyways, we'll come to the workshop dates now. So I would like to.
Ashmita, the settings are also changed because I'm receiving the messages directly.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm getting direct messages.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. So right now, there are 3 sessions we have planned. The first is going to be on 11th of June, 18th June, and 25th June. Plus, there will be one bonus hand-holding session, and which is on 2nd of July. The timing will be 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. This is how it's been decided. The dates have already been. So I would request, even I'm going to put the dates in the chat as well for you to, take a note of this. Plus, we will send you a WhatsApp message so that so there are 3 sessions, 11th, 18th, and 25th. And there is one bonus session, hand-holding session, which is from 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. on the 2nd of July. So all the timings remain the same, 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. So now we come to the investments. So usually the pricing is, if you want to gift a session to your friend, it is one of the most wonderful gift you can give somebody. That will be 1499. Then we come to the second part is 3 sessions plus one bonus hand-holding session. That will be 2999. And the third one is 3 sessions plus one bonus hand-holding and a personal coaching with Shruti Maheshwari. So we have divided into 3 sections. So just make a note of it. So now we come to the, our action changes everything. Now it's only for this community. We have a special offer. So if everybody, the 14 of us in the chat, if you decide to take action today itself, we have an offer which is like, there is a special offer where we are giving you a off for just for today. If you want to gift a session, it is 999. That is against 1499. So there is a discount of 500. Then we have 3 sessions plus one bonus hand-holding session, which is for 2499. And then we have the last one, which is 3 sessions plus one bonus hand-holding plus one coaching session by Shruti. So it is 4499.
Guys,
So
this coaching session is going to be a personal online coaching session. If you think there is anything you need to work on, which has to be more customized for you, that I would invite you to join this session. If there is, for example, if you have a chronic sleep problem, so while you might get your answer in the 3 sessions as well, but if you think you need some more personal attention from me in a way of customizing your plan for you, so and going ahead in this journey, then you can opt for coaching session. Otherwise, anyways, we are going to work very closely even in these 3 sessions, and everyone would be taken care of. But just to give you more insight of what this coaching session is going to be. Yes, Ashmita.
So now we have, you can either do a GPay or Paytm on the numbers given. You can make a note of this number. It is 9871448227. In case if you don't have, you can't make GPay or Paytm, we also can share bank account details with you. But the action takers today need to, you can immediately, if you want, you can send us a screenshot and you can take advantage of the same.
Prajakta, you can still take the recordings and have a look. She's saying she's in US and the timings don't suit her.
So what we can do is we can give her the recordings for the sessions. And right now I would like to stop my screen because after this we will take questions. And I would request, I'm again sharing the screen, that if you gift a session, it will be 999. Second option would be 3 sessions plus one bonus hand-holding. It is 2499. And the third option is 3 sessions plus 1 bonus hand holding and 1 personal coaching with Shruti, which will be as per your schedule, which is 4499. And the dates are mentioned below here. I've already, again, it's 11, 18th and 25th of June from 11 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. and 1 bonus hand holding session. So I would like to stop my screen here so that we can have interaction. I will also post this in the chat so that everyone gets a glimpse of it. Shruti, we can take questions by the time everyone is deciding about. I would, in fact, request the action takers to write AT so that I am aware of it. And I'm also sharing the pricings in the chat so that, and the mobile number in which you have to do your Paytm or a GPay. Please go through it. Please look at the chat while we are taking our questions. So we can open for the question and answer.
Yes, please.
So for question and answers, you just have to raise your virtual hand and you can unmute and speak. And we would request you to unmute and speak. But still, if there is someone who's comfortable, talking on the chat, they can put their question in the chat and I'll read out to Shruti for the same. So can we have questions? Anil, Chandrasekhar, Kujat, Nikita, can we have some questions from the audience?
Oh, great. Everything is clear.
So no one has any questions. I mean, I would suggest everyone to please unmute yourself and speak. It's an interactive session. May I request? Okay, Shruti.
But the answers to most of the things, it seems. Let me assume that.
We look forward to the actual session.
Yes. Thank you so much.
So I have some questions which were given to me by few participants in the past. One question was, how can breathing improve concentration? If you, Shruti, if you would like to address that.
I answered that already, because we always talk about coming back in the moment. For focus and concentration, we need to be present in the moment. And we always say that let's come in the moment so that you can just cut off all the multitasking that we are always doing and focus on that one particular activity. That will increase our focus. So when we practice conditioning, this will be answered very beautifully.
Okay, and there is one more question, which there are two more questions, if you can help us address this. How breathing helps in solving current adversities in life? So
same way, like when we are just getting rid of old habits and building new skills. So breathing in a different way is also a skill that needs to be acquired, right? When you start doing that in a repetitive manner, there are new pathways that will be created. So when imagine an entire wiring, entire structure and the function of the brain changes from within without you knowing it, without you doing it intentionally throughout the day, but just with those few moments of breathing techniques, the entire structure and the function, both the things change in the brain. Everything changes, right? So the way you are thinking, from the way you are feeling, from the way you are responding also changes. And once that happens, you become your own lifestyle coach, right? You don't need any external help. Answers are within, and you see things in a different light, and you have different solutions to every problems that you have. So it changes the entire thing, the entire lens towards life, I would say. Okay. So I would request Suresh, Sandeep, Nikita, do you have any question? It's the best forum. We have Shruti in front of us we can ask our questions. Shruti, you want to share anything else from your learnings? And if you would like to share, in fact, I would request everyone to join the workshop. And again, I'm sharing the same in Yes, Sandeep.
Yes, Sandeep, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Can't hear you. Can't hear Sandeep. Sandeep, you have to unmute yourself. Sandeep, we are not able to hear you. Can you put your question in the chat? Yes. Can you put your...
Meanwhile, I'll share my own experience of
Sure,
breathing.
sure. Yes,
Uh,
please.
I've been deep into this because once upon a time, just like Shruti, I had sunk into very bad uh, depression and insomnia and everything. I'm talking of 1970s. At the moment, I'm 74 years.
Wow.
Anyway, and then I was introduced to a guru who taught me yoga and breathing. And it was a miracle that I went into a yoga sleep on the 15th day of the practice that we were doing every day in the morning. And I was awakened with my own snoring.
Wow. This is so
So
inspiring.
I am, and then I know two pilots, fighter pilots. I was also in the Navy,
Oh,
and they have narrated their experience. I've written it in the newspapers also and a speech also, where during emergency, they could come into present moment totally and cut off past and future and everything and take miraculous actions to save their aircraft and take uh, unearthly actions to save the aircraft. One is a point in case you might have heard Captain Sully
yes, yes.
on who ditched his aircraft in
Yeah.
the Hudson River.
I think I watched this movie also 4-5 times.
Yes. And I went and found out that he also cuts himself off and comes in the present. And then how he ignored all the advices of the ATC and decided to ditch in Hudson. There is another friend of mine, squadron leader Nagarajan, who also did the same in the jungles over the southern India while his aeroplane caught fire and lost both engines, and he glided his aeroplane into the pond, which is again miraculous. And of course, he was awarded the Kirti Chakra for that and all. But he is my personal friend, and he said that it was the yoga practice and the breathing, the two breaths, and he cut himself off with the past and the present, and the past and the future, came totally into present, and then he was able to take intuitive decisions, So breath control is life control, and I believe personally that it's miracle.
Thanks for sharing these stories, and that further builds my conviction and my belief into this, what I've just recently learned. It's such a beautiful sharing.
So we would love to have you in our batch.
Yes, sir. Please come.
Please come.
Mhm.
You will be an inspiration to many of us. And
Problem is, I am sitting in Chicago at the moment. At the
okay.
moment, the timings, I was a little discouraged. Oh my God, I'll be missing out. Because your 11 o'clock would be my 1:30 in the morning.
That's absolutely impossible.
So we will provide you with the recordings and also, and there will be interactive chat box. So I'm sure we will do a lot of sharing from you also.
Yes, I will surely. I would love to join.
Shruti, Sandeep has already posted his question in the chat if you would like to address that. He's on a BP medication. So can he get rid of it while doing this meditation, So
Lot
he
of
says,
people have been able to. Nothing can happen in a fortnight. You'll have to practice it for days and few months and see results. But I know people personally who have got rid of not just BP, various other serious ailments. So definitely it will help. And we'll also have to take few precautions while we do certain kind of breath work, which I will be able to guide you once we practice it together. Most of the things you'll be able to do, they could be small things like Kapalbhati and some few practices which you'll have to do with extra precaution if you have high BP. But yes, definitely it will be of great help.
Suresh, Anil, do you have any questions? SK is the initial. I don't know the name of the person, but if you have any question, please feel free to ask us. We just have like 2 minutes and we will end this session. So if you have anything anything you want to share, your experience today, and how do we take this journey further. And I would request people to take action. Please join our workshop. It's one of the June being a yoga month, World Yoga Day. It is, we have been taking this initiative of doing this workshop, and we would like to thank Shruti for that, for designing such a wonderful workshop for us. So, Suresh, Anil, we would like to hear from you. So I think everyone is like fine. Okay, so we've got answers to most of our things. So I have already.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. If you need any other details, you can just send me a message, and I will be happy to help. We are starting the workshop on the 11th, and we look forward to your participation. Thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
See you all.
God bless.
Thank you.